Man, season 3 of The Flash. As much as I love it, it had so many problems. One of the biggest things being the treatment of Wally West. Keenan Lonsdale, I believe is the name of the actor. He deserves so much better, which is why I hold, even though it wasn't my favorite season of Legends of Tomorrow, I still hold it up on a pedestal for doing such an amazing job with treating Wally so much better in the handful of episodes of Legends he was in compared to what the Flash did with him for uh Force. Okay, he was introduced as Wally in season 2. He became Kid Flash about halfway through season 3, and then season 4 he up and left because it's like that one episode where that one chick, I forgot her name. It was the, I think Hazard was the name, her meta human name. I think Becky Sharp was the name of the character herself. Her power that she got from the dark matter that hit that bus or whatever was that she good luck or something. Yeah, basically she could use her powers to, increase her own good luck and create bad luck for those around her or something like that. Kind of like Jinx from the Teen Titan cartoon. But oh yeah, but her whole thing was bad luck. Okay, well anyway, Hazard, she her powers were like creating such a negative bad luck field or something that a plane was about to crash. And I know that she was in like a casino and about to win big. Cherry pop, cherry pop, cherry pop. And then at the end of the episode, while it was like, yeah, I'm about to leave Central City, everybody's like, why? Why are you leaving? Well, I mean, look, the whole city was on the verge of blowing up. Barry was out there on the field. I was nowhere, and nobody even noticed I wasn't here. Oh yeah, you're right. So he opts to leave Central City and do his own thing, and then he eventually got to Legends, and I loved how they did him there in that show. But I think that as an actor, he opted to venture into other things like music and being in other projects. So unfortunately, he wasn't in Legends season 4, which that was kind of when I just left that show completely. But I want to talk about the Flash season 3 and how just, man, they did my boy Wally so bad. So first of all, if I remember correctly, because I just rewatched season 3. I finished up the season during my rewatch a few days ago because I've already done a couple videos on the season, like the invasion crossover. I did a video about Barry being a selfish jerk in the second half of season 3, and then this particular video is about Wally's treatment after he first got his speed powers. Because okay, so I think in season 3 you had Flashpoint, and then at the end of the Flashpoint episode, he went back and allowed Reverse Flash to kill his mom. So Barry is now in a post Flashpoint timeline, which was not the same as the timeline he left at the end of season 2, after Zoom killed his father and Zoom was taken away by the Time Wraiths. So as the season went on, there was this thing where elements of Flashpoint, I think Dr. Alchemy was responsible for this with the Philosopher's Stone, which was connected to Savitar, where basically he could turn people into metahumans. So basically, let's say in the post Flashpoint timeline, an individual random person in the city, if they had metahuman powers in the Flashpoint timeline, this stone could be utilized to put the person into like a cocoon. And once they emerged, they had the abilities that they had in Flashpoint. If that makes sense, if you follow me. So in the Flashpoint timeline, Kid Wally was the Flash. So when he was being called to like the stone via the Savitar's influence or whatever, he eventually picked it up and was put into one of those chrysalises. And when he emerged, he had speedster powers. And oh gosh, Joe and Wally were giving me Chi-Chi vibes from Dragon Ball. You know the whole thing in Dragon Ball where, oh, even though I'm married to, this all-powerful alien and I have half alien, half human children with powers, I don't want them to use their powers. I want them to live normal lives, to go to school and get a job, and we could be a normal family. And it's like, but their powers aren't just going to go away, and your planet, if not the entire universe, is constantly in danger from threats that, need to be stopped. So you want Gohan to study, but what's the point of studying if the world blows up, Chi Chi? And I look at this thing with Wally, and it just, okay. Them not wanting Wally to fight metahumans and stuff, I can actually understand, because given the fact that, well, I look at this from Joe's perspective. Iris is the big sister. I get you want to be overprotective and stuff, but I'll look at it from Joe, because he was really one of the main person to put his foot down. I would feel some kind of way if I was Wally, because it's like, first of all, you didn't even know I existed until recently. Secondly, it's cool for Barry to use his powers to do stuff, but not for me. And let's be real here, Joe wasn't big on Barry being the Flash in season 1 either, but he eventually came around to it once he understood that Flash was necessary for Central City. My main issue with Iris and Joe wasn't just that they didn't want Wally to do what Barry does. It's the fact that they wouldn't even allow him to train, which I think is incredibly stupid. Wally's powers are not going away. So wouldn't it be best to help him cultivate his abilities? That way he knows about like the changes. It's almost like he's going through superhuman puberty. I think it would be very vital for him to realize, okay, hey, you have these powers, but don't go over X amount of, this many miles per hour, or you'll break the sound barrier or something, or go back in time like Barry does, or, make sure you don't use your powers when you are in close proximity to somebody, because maybe they will get electrocuted by your lightning. I'm just throwing out random things, but the fact that they would not even let him train sucked. And that's another reason why I love HR, because like he told Joe in that one episode, look, I'm not a parent, but if a parent doesn't see the potential in their children and help them cultivate it, they'll just go to someone else who sees it and will help them, utilize their potential. Because I remember when he and HR were, doing a training session, Wally actually discovered he was faster than Barry. And then that led to one of the plot points later in the season where Barry's like, hey, you know what, Wally? Here's what we're going to do. In the vision of the future I saw, I wasn't fast enough to save Iris before she got stabbed by Savitar. But since you're faster than I am, you can do it. And then, that became a big theme of the Speed Force, going like, no, Barry, you can't do that. You're the one who's meant to save Iris, not Wally. And basically, that led to another plot point of Barry being a jerk, where he kept pushing and pushing and pushing to make Wally do something that he was meant to do. So I just really hated the fact that in the Invasion crossover, where all the heroes came together, the Legends, Team Arrow, wait, was Team Arrow even there? I know Felicity and Ollie. Oh yeah, Diggle was there too. Oh yeah, basically the Legends, Team Arrow, Flash, they were all training for the alien attack. But it was kind of funny because in terms of training, there really wasn't a lot of training. Basically all they did was attack Supergirl with their like guns and powers, but it did absolutely nothing. But yeah, Wally wanted to train too, and Joe and I was like, the hell you are. And I'm like, really? You're about to have an alien invasion. Don't you think it would be good to have at least one extra person to kind of help out? And if nothing else, maybe use his powers to evacuate you all to keep you safe. It just felt so dumb. It really felt dumb. You have this guy. Okay, don't you think 2 speedsters are better than 1? And okay, yeah, if you don't want Wally to be involved with the actual attack, just have him on standby. But no, they literally did not want this dude to use his powers, which I thought was really cruel. So I just really hated that about Wally and how he was treated in the season. I mean, then we get to season 4 and then he left, and then Legends. I just love the fact that he was able to use his abilities. Okay, the one thing I didn't like about what they did to Wally in season 4, I think it was the episode where they try to go back and change time because young Elvis was in the episode. I think it had something to do with his guitar or something like that. And I think Zari was the one who pulled Wally aside to have a talk to him about not changing the past or something like that. It's like basically, you know, where a doctor uses a scalpel instead of a hammer because, you know, time is sensitive and that. And this was something I didn't like because Zari's thing when she first got on the time ship was, yo, I can do what I want. I could change time. So what? Because there was that one episode where that one chick, Helena of Troy, instead of sending her back to where she belongs, she put her on Themyscira, and she basically said, "Hey, you know what? Do what you want to do, and maybe Sarah won't find out. Maybe she will. Who cares?" But yeah, I felt as her being the new blood on the ship, it really wasn't her place to do it. But whatever. So yeah, Wally, I think, got the short end of the stick, and not to mention you build him up to be faster than Barry, but then you just put him on the sideline, and it really sucked. And I can see that's another reason why he kind of left, because I mean, what's the point of me being in town if, you know, we're constantly going to make it where I get the back seat, especially after Barry comes out of the Speed Force, because I think Cisco even gave him a new suit and everything, and Wally's like, wait, he gets a new suit, and I was like, Wally, and it's like, really? So no, it's stupid. So yeah, I think Kid Flash was mishandled in this series. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.